Constantinople, 1203. The Theodosian walls stretched toward the sky, a colossal stone barrier that had defied every invader for 1,000 years. On the high battlements, Byzantine archers stood in heavy silence. They were the guardians of the world's greatest prize. But on this morning, the air felt different. Then, the horizon shifted. Through the thick morning mist, the forest itself began to move. Thousands of trees marched in rhythmic, unnatural lines across the Galata shoreline. The archers froze, their breath catching in their throats. They watched as the greenery advanced, swaying with a life of its own. Panic rippled through the ranks. Some dropped their bows, whispering of divine wrath. They were staring at a nightmare, unable to look away from the impossible sight. They did not see the man underneath. Doge Enrico Dandolo stood on the deck of his flagship. He pointed his cane toward the Golden Horn. "Advance," he commanded. Behind the wall of branches, thousands of crusaders gripped their spears. The deception was absolute. The primary crusader fleet surged forward, unseen. By the time the trees reached the base of the walls, the defenders were paralyzed. Suddenly, the branches hit the dirt. The illusion vanished. In their place stood a wall of steel, knights in heavy mail, with swords drawn. Massive wooden bridges swung from the ship masts, like giant scythes. Knights poured onto the ramparts, their boots clattering against the stone. They retreated in confusion, leaving the gates wide open. The impossible had happened. The city that had never fallen was now a trap. Dandolo watched from the water, his blind eyes fixed on the smoke. He had not won with iron alone, but by turning the enemy's own eyes into his weapon. The walls remained standing, but the minds of those who guarded them had already collapsed.